Federal government signs $328 million contract for rehabilitation and construction of power transmission lines across Nigeria.
We are directly addressing a key bottleneck in the power sector value chain.
Highs among election management bodies in West African sub-region. A warm welcome to the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. We are reaching you live from Abuja. I am Vivian Izadifi. Following delivery of 10 mega transformers and mobile substations, federal government has commenced another phase of Siemens project with the signing of $328.8 million contract for rehabilitation and construction of transmission lines across the country. Joshua Ojito reports.
Under the phase 1 of the Presidential Power Initiative, 544 kilometers of transmission lines will be rehabilitated with new lines to be constructed. It is expected to increase transmission load capacity with more than 7,000 megawatts. Federal government and the Chinese company that will execute the project commit to its timely completion.
By focus on all the incremental capacity that's being implemented or being achieved, we want to now make sure that we are able to evacuate.
Under the project, which is also known as the Siemens deal, 10 mega transformers and mobile substations were earlier delivered and installed in parts of the country. Joshua Ojito, NTA News.
Meanwhile, Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission (NERC) has sanctioned 8 distribution companies for failing to comply with monthly energy caps for omitted customers between July and September 2024. Those affected are Abuja, Eko, Enugu, Ikeja, Jos, Kaduna, Kano, and Yola distribution companies. They are to pay more than 628 million naira as fines and must issue credit adjustments to affected customers by May 15, 2025. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohamed Idris, wants investors, particularly French companies, to take advantage of the historical economic reforms under President Tinubu's administration to promote sustainable business activities between Nigeria and France. The minister led the federal government delegation at the Nigerian Business Forum, organized by Business France in Paris. Saliu Abdullahi Gwanara has more.
It is another convergence of investors from Nigeria and France with an agenda to boost Nigeria's renewed status as a global brand and destination for would-be investors. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohamed Idris, says within 2 years, the set targets encapsulated in the 8-point agenda of the federal government are taking shape.
Nigeria's adoption of fiscal discipline and revenue reform has seen an increase of about 20% in government revenues and a decline in debt servicing as a percentage of revenue. Our tax reforms are geared at raising the tax to GDP ratio to 18% over the next 18 months without increasing the burden on existing taxpayers. Through all of these interventions, we are deploying government seed funding to lay the groundwork for leveraging trillions of naira in private sector commitments towards infrastructure, access to consumer credit, healthcare, real estate, and many more. Now, Nigeria called for increased investment partnership, and indeed this is part of the reason why we are gathered here this morning. We are, of course, keen to see French companies seize the moment to look towards Nigeria and for Nigerian companies to look towards France with greater enthusiasm to invest on both sides.
There was a consensus that now is the best time to invest in Nigeria.
We look forward to walking this road of reform to transform the relationship that exists between us and also to consolidate the economic footing of Nigeria, with France, of course, as a close partner
French economic presence in Nigeria is already robust and praised. Nigeria accounts for more than 60% of French direct investments in West Africa.
Governors of Lagos, Kwara, Ogun, Kaduna, Ondo, Oyo, and Ebonyi State represented the subnational government.
We are the ones that sort of like have the market, have the territory, have the land. It makes a lot of economic sense for us to be on the ground, to see things for ourselves, and to be able to convince the investors from both sides, and be able to take them, back to our country.
That it must be an investor that is very much ready to develop, to invest, and to partner with the government.
We have established a very strong partnership with the French government. That is why I am here today to also take the advantage of this very important forum.
The event also showcased the commitment of the Minister of Information and National Orientation to uphold the relationship with Thomson Group, a French company, in his reform agenda of the media ecosystem in Nigeria.
It is the first strategic meeting among stakeholders between Nigeria and France after the visit of President Bola Tinubu in November last year. And this is aimed to speedily actualize the desired developmental targets of the Renewed Hope Agenda. In Paris, Salihu Abdullahi Gwanara, NTA News.
INEC Chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu has called for stronger ties among the election management bodies in the West African sub-region by providing a central data and logistics sharing platform to reduce the cost of conducting elections on the continent. Professor Yakubu made the call in Banjul, the capital of the Republic of Gambia, where he is attending the Extraordinary General Assembly of the ECOWAS Network of Electoral Commissions, ECONEC. Professor Yakubu, who previously served as president of the ECONEC Steering Committee, expressed gratitude for the support he received during his tenure. He also informed the Assembly that he is attending the ECONEC meeting for the last time as chairman of INEC as his tenure ends November this year. Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu is sustaining her engagement with traditional rulers across the country on the need for them to put their weight behind critical interventions in the health sector. At a meeting with Traditional Rulers Council in Taraba State on the sideline of her two-day working visit to Jalingo, the First Lady renews her appeal for partnership and highlights the need for them to let their subjects know that treatment for HIV and AIDS, hepatitis, syphilis, and tuberculosis is free.
Unfortunately, the rate of mother-to-child transmission of HIV/AIDS is very high. So, and that's why the minister too is here, so that we can bring awareness to it. And we need the traditional rulers, especially because we know that you are the custodian of the land. The people they directly relate to you, and we need you to help us to send the message down that we are creating awareness so that people don't die of cervical cancer. They said the rate of mortality is very high, because we are looking at 2030 to make sure that at least we can eliminate a lot of all these things, at least bring it to the barest minimum, if not zero. And I believe that the minister is looking at zero level so that all Nigerians will be healthy.
Appreciating the First Lady for the visit, the Chairman Taraba State Traditional Ruler Council, His Royal Majesty Manu Ishaku Adali, notes that her interventions in the health sector are critical to the well-being of the people. Nigerian Institute of Public Relations is gearing up for the 2025 Nigerian Spokesperson Summit, this time adding an exciting twist, an information ministerial clinic. Ekemini Williams reports that NIPR officials on Good Morning Nigeria explored the ethics and expectations from spokespersons.
It's more than just a summit. It's a gathering of minds shaping the voice of leadership. The Nigeria Spokespersons Summit, organized by the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, brings together voices from government, the private sector, and civil society. With growing concerns over the erosion of ethical communication, the 2025 edition is all about raising the bar. Under the theme, Integrity and Evolving Roles of Spokespersons in Leadership, Communication and Development, this year's theme is designed to sharpen the tools of the trade, helping spokespersons craft messages that not only inform, but inspire, persuade, and uphold public trust.
In NIPR, we are very organized.
It's a continuation.
It's a continuation. So we are very deliberate. We are very deliberate in everything we do. So last year was the maiden edition. So we are building from the feedbacks of last year, and one of which was it was agreed at the last year's summit that there should be guiding principles.
It's not just the issue of only Nigeria. It is also the various states, the various geopolitical zones, and the larger Nigeria. So the whole thing is this. We are trying to bring together everybody that has something to do with reputation management.
A major highlight will be the unveiling of the Charter, a new compass to guide professionals with principles and a code of practice that champions integrity and accountability. And then there's the Information Ministerial Clinic, a one-of-a-kind session where participants will sit with those who have worn the badge of national spokespersons, exchanging thoughts on what it truly means to represent with honor. And that's not all. NIPR is also calling for due diligence, urging organizations and public office holders to consult the Institute before naming spokespersons. It's a move aimed at curbing quackery and raising the credibility of public communication.
For the spokespersons themselves, build your self-development, build capacity. Do not wait to be sponsored. A lot of times it's about us. It's about the future that we want to craft. And so make a deliberate effort to be in Abuja.
As the countdown to the summit begins, organizers say it's not just about speeches and sessions, it's about impacts. It's about equipping communication professionals with the tools to reshape narratives and project a stronger, more credible Nigerian voice to the world. In Abuja, Ekemini Williams, NTA News.
This is the News Desk at 6 on NTA News 24. More reports after this break. Stay with us.
Celebrate Ramadan with Bafi and enjoy up to 40% off on selected products from living room, dining room, bedroom, and royal sets. Pay less, save more, and refresh your home for iftar gatherings and cherished moments with family and friends. Visit our showrooms in Abuja, Lagos, Kano, and Enugu, or shop online to enjoy our exclusive Ramadan sale. Let's make this Ramadan unforgettable.
Welcome back. Real estate firm T. Pompey Concept Limited has put together a mega city rally show in Abuja to bring estate development closer to the people. The gesture is to support federal government effort in addressing housing deficits in Nigeria. Aliko Manachia Rua has more.
The right to adequate, safe, secure, healthy, available and inexpensive housing is a dream of every resident of the Federal Capital Territory. T. Pompey's estate sales event provides a unique opportunity for home buyers and investors to exploit the latest real estate approved by government and affordable in Apogudu axis of Abuja.
We are not just doing jamboree, and I'm sure you understand we are bringing our product to the street, and I'm sure you all understand that we are trying to sell affordability and genuinity to Abuja. I'm sure you all understand that we are bringing what has never happened in the history of Abuja to Abuja. I'm sure you understand we are for the masses.
Managing Director and CEO, T. Pompey's Estate Concept Limited, Akintayo Adaralegbe, says it is part of his corporate social responsibility to provide affordable housing with installmental payments plans for those who cannot afford bulk payments.
Yeah, if you have just 50% of the money you can pay now and you spread the balance within the period of 3 months, you can see how affordable it is. It cannot be more affordable than this. And with the kind of title we have, we tell you we have CFO, and you can come to verify it. Send any lawyer, send anybody to come and verify.
The event featured music rallies, campaigns and distribution of flyers around Abuja metropolis, as well as expert advice and insights on buying and assessing T. Pompey's estates.
I appreciate people that are doing something great to grow the economy and grow the society, and T. Pompey is one of those people.
T. Pompey concept is reliable. Our integrity is 100%. You can't buy a land from us and have any issues at all.
This is the best platform you can get your house from. Over the years, they've proved themselves to be one of the best.
The most important thing for anybody who wishes to own a property in Abuja especially is to be very sure of the kind of title that he or she is buying into.
T. Pompey also spoke on the need to have the necessary information before buying any property to avoid becoming a victim of scammers. In Abuja, Alika Okpanachi, Arua, NTA News.
Another batch of 109 Kogi youth have departed Lokoja for a 3-month agricultural training in Soilless Laboratory Farm Program in Abeokuta, Ogun State. Ajibola Christopher reports.
The Kogi State Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Security, Timothy Ojoma, while addressing the contingents in Lokoja, says more than 50 Kogi State youths had completed the 3-month training program at the Soilless Farm Lab in Abeokuta this year. The commissioner says the trainees have been carefully selected from the 3 senatorial districts of the state for this transformative journey to acquire innovative agro-business skills and modern farming techniques.
So it's expected that on their return, they would have been equipped with all the necessary skills to directly do greenhouses, the management of the construction and the management of greenhouses.
Ojoma emphasizes Governor Usman Ododo's commitment to creating a conducive environment for farmers in the state to reduce hunger, adding that the initiative is a strategic move towards positioning Kogi State as a center of agricultural excellence to enhance food security and guarantee sustainable job opportunities for youth in the state.
I had the opportunity to interact with the last batch. What they are teaching them there is priceless. They should give attention to it.
One of the cardinal objectives of any responsible government is to make sure it trains the youth against the future.
Akudo Gift, on behalf of the contingent, promises to be good ambassador of the state by focusing on their studies to contribute meaningfully to the development of the state.
I'll go there and I'll be equipped and I'll make use of this great opportunity.
The program is expected to last 3 months. Ajibola Christopher, NTA News.
To contribute to the social and psychological development of orphans and other vulnerable children, wife of Kebbi State Governor Hajia Zainab Nasir Idris is advocating intentional action towards raising orphans and vulnerable children. Hassana Abubakar Koko reports that the wife of the governor hosted vulnerable children in Birnin Kebbi.
The pathetic tale of orphans and other vulnerable children usually push them towards being miscreants and end up being a nuisance to the society. For example, many orphans barely have access to quality education, health care, shelter, and even sometimes food, thereby hindering their ability to reach their full potential. Hajia Zainab Nasir Idris believes giving them a sense of belonging creates an opportunity to build a positive mindset and establish exemplary role models for their development. The children were tutored in Islamic morals and values. They did not only wine and dine but enjoyed games, competitions, and drama.
I feel happy and I thank you for mommy, what she gives us.
I'm so happy compared to the excellency.
The wife of the governor, Hajia Zainab, reassured them that the current administration will continue to support them to reach their full potentials.
It is essential to show support to this group of people and those in your local community or neighborhood. deserve to receive proper care and attention.
So that they can be touched, so that they can be seen and heard. And she has always been visiting the orphanage to interact with the children one-on-one.
The children also received gifts with a promise of skill acquisition empowerment for those who are interested. In Birnin Kebbi, Hassan Abubakar Koko, NTA News.
At 6 on NTA News 24, here is a recap of our major stories. Federal government signs $328 million contract for rehabilitation and construction of power transmission lines across Nigeria.
We are directly addressing a key bottleneck in the power sector value chain.
Nigerian signs agreement with French company on audio-video content migration. And INEC chairman calls for stronger ties among election management bodies in West African sub-region. The Nigerian Senate has pledged to provide every necessary support to enhance the operations of Federal Road Safety Corps to achieve its goals on road safety management in the country. Vice Chairman, Senate Committee on Federal Character Commission and Government Affairs, Senator Dickett Plank reiterated this at the commissioning of some facilities at the national headquarters of the Federal Road Safety Corps in Abuja. Oyeyemi Ajayi has the details.
One of the key targets of the Corps Marshal of the Federal Safety Corps, Shehu Mohammed, on assumption of office, is digital transformation of the Corps, especially in aiding its operations.
In Allah's name I pray.
Seemingly, that target is turning into reality with the transformation of the renovated reception, making it more digitized and interaction-friendly. The Information and Communication Hall, as well as the Data Collation Center, amongst others, have also been transformed to enhance better service delivery.
I want to use this opportunity to publicly appreciate the progressive and innovative actions of the Corps Marshal. We would continue to support this type of this agency or this commission to succeed in whatever means, whether by legislation and whether by way of appropriation.
The first leap we made here is to create enabling environment and conducive environment for staff to be motivated, to be more productive. The idea of doing this is to have that impression. First impression gives the best judgment, and that's what we're doing here in headquarters, to make sure that headquarters is the best that we can offer to our public and to also staff.
While encouraging other government establishments to emulate these efforts of the Corps, in its service delivery, the FRSC was charged not to relent in ensuring safety and sanity on the roads, which remains paramount to everyone. Oyeyemi Ajayi, NTA News.
President Bola Tinubu has congratulated Africa's foremost industrialists and philanthropists, Aliko Dangote, founder and president of the Dangote Group, on his birthday. President Tinubu commended Dangote for his contributions to Nigeria's industrialization effort, noting how his ventures from cement manufacturing to agriculture and the groundbreaking Dangote refinery have boosted the national ambition for self-sufficiency and created thousands of jobs. Beyond commerce, the president extols Dangote's philanthropy, mainly through the Dangote Foundation, which he has uplifted millions of underprivileged Africans. In a statement signed by the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, the President described Aliko Dangote's life as an embodiment of hard work, generosity, and faith in Nigerians' potential. And that's it on the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. Thanks for watching. I'm Vivian Izadifi. Bye for now.